Let's go.
What the fuck? What? Anyone else see it? Oh my god!
I guess I got my swagger back. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Welcome to the page. Thank you for coming by and watching. Today I want to speak about having an abundance mindset and why I shouldn't have scarcity, right? Especially around this time with the coronavirus going on, spreading quite rapidly actually. The main focus seems to be the 8% of people that unfortunately didn't make it from it, and not the focus on the 92% cure rate. They're only focusing on the problem and not on the solution, putting everybody in scarcity. Right? Scarcity seems to be a normal thing, and I understand it's not always on purpose. It sells. It sells. Whatever sells seems to be negative in a lot of ways. And nothing is universal. Whatever I may like is not universal. Whatever you may like isn't universal. Confidence isn't universal. It depends on what you've done, how many tries you've had. And the reason I talk about that and put it together with abundance and scarcity is because when I see someone in scarcity, what it tells me is they're afraid they're not going to get another opportunity. They're afraid to look a certain way. They're afraid to have their ego hurt. And they're afraid basically that they'll be a failure. And I'm just here to say it takes a lot of attempts to be good at anything. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter who you are. No one is failure proof, right? And since nothing is universal and thinks everything is basically in the eye of the beholder based on how they're raised and who they're around, blah, 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 right? With knowing that, it should put the utmost confidence in you, because not everybody is going to like a pizza. Not everybody is going to like poutine. So that should give you confidence to try more. That should give you confidence to put yourself in the game. How do you expect to score if you're not in the game? This is why I appreciate players like Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Steph Curry, T-Mac, Michael Jordan. Volume shooters and volume passers. LeBron has a lot of assists, but a lot of turnovers. Kobe has a lot of shots made and points, but has a lot of field goals missed. Steph Curry has a lot of 3-pointers made, but a lot of attempts and a lot of misses also. What I'm trying to say, you're gonna need a lot of attempts. And society wants to put a bad connotation on attempting more because it seems desperate, but it really depends on you. It really depends on what you feel is important to you, right? And whatever that is, you may need to attempt more. It's a numbers game. It's always been a numbers game. It takes over 1,000 hours to be good to 10,000 hours to master something. It took a lot of videos to be able to speak with freedom and to be able to speak in a way that people can understand, and that makes sense, right? I could never do it like this in the beginning, but whatever you're dealing with now isn't permanent. You may suck now, but it's not permanent. It can change. It can always change if you have a mindset of abundance. If you have the mindset that I may fail this time, it may not work out this time, but I know that if I keep trying, I'll learn something along the journey, and I'm gonna eventually be good at this. We gotta try things. The world wants to put you in scarcity. And I know, like I said again, for the all police that are going to come here and say, no, it may not be on purpose, but at the same time, we tend to focus on the problems as opposed to the solution. The solution to not sucking is trying more. The solution to being good at a craft is trying more. The solution to finding your passion is try out things. Life teaches us so much stuff, and especially trial and error. Think about it when you were a kid, right? Learn how to walk. Imagine if you gave up after falling down maybe 5 times. Imagine you'd never be able to walk. But something as simple as walking, that isn't really considered a skill by most people, which I think it's a skill, right? It's a skill, because a lot of people can't walk. Think about it. If your mindset was different as an infant, as a young kid, you wouldn't be able to walk now. It took a lot of attempts to be able to do it. It took a lot of attempts to be able to talk. to be able to read, to be able to do the basic stuff we do every day, which is why you need to think in abundance. You gotta try things. It's a numbers game. It's not always gonna be the percentage. It's not always gonna be in your favor for winning. But all you really need to do is win once. Once you get that one win, it's gonna build momentum for more wins. You gotta try things, guys. You gotta try things. It doesn't mean you're a failure if you fail. It doesn't mean when you have a setback, when you have obstacles, that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that. A true winner gets up every time. A true winner gets up every time. And when I look at the things around me that I created, the light, the couches, the TV, the PS4, the headphones, people had to try a lot to get things like that going, and it gave people hope, which made more people innovate. You know what I mean? You gotta try things, right? And I also spoke about how confidence and true confidence comes with being sure of yourself. And you become sure of yourself by trying things, by doing it so much that it's second nature, right? And it's easy to be confident when everybody tells you you're pretty, everybody tells you you're charismatic, everybody tells you you're humble, everybody tells you you're doing a good job. But what happens when nobody does that anymore? What happens when you're not receiving the feedback you want? Are you gonna quit then? Life really shows that. Life really shows that. When people fail once, they quit. When people fail a few times, they quit. And complain they're not progressing. But really, you're not trying enough. It doesn't mean you're stupid. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you haven't done it enough. That's all. We're all capable. We're all capable, but are all of us willing to try that many times? Is it really that important to you? And that's what it comes down to, importance. How important is it to me? Right? But you gotta think in abundance. You gotta think in abundance. Because not everything is gonna, not everything you're gonna do is gonna work out the first time you try. You may have to try a lot. Right? And don't be scared to fail. No one is failure proof. Everybody fails. It's not something that makes you a bad person. It's not something that makes you a loser. What makes you a loser is trying something, that thing not working out in your favor, then you quit and complain about it. That's what I call a loser. But if you're the true winners, find a way to get back up, self-affirm, see the end goal, see the inevitable, and keep going. You gotta attempt things. That's how I get good at stuff. There's no magic pill to make someone good at something faster. The fastest way to get better at something is to attempt more. That's it. So people have an abundance mindset. It doesn't make you a failure when you fail. It makes you a failure when you fail, quit, and complain about not getting it. But try things out. Try things out. Not everybody's gonna like pizza. Not everybody's gonna like poutine. Not everybody is gonna progress at the same rate. But everybody has control on if they succeed by trying more. Think in abundance. It's all God, man. Thank you for listening to the video. Make sure to share with someone that may need to hear it. And stay tuned for more videos. More good stuff coming. All right, guys, I'm out. Happy Saturday. Peace.
My name is Jeff.